Hello, welcome back. This is Confessions from the Cranky side this morning, or today. After the past few days, seeing the images for a said movie, a remake, a reboot, or whatever, I'm just going to do a disclaimer first. Hello and welcome back. I'm Darcy Darkness, and this is Confessions from the Dark Side. It's a bit cranky here today. How are you all in this wonderful community? I'm going to start with disclaimer. We are full of so much adult content that some of you may think this isn't necessary. Some of you may think that this isn't needed. If you are one of those people, then thanks for checking us out. But I will say this only once. If you can't stand the hate, then get the fuck out of my kitchen now. For everyone else who likes what we have here, then the regular scheduled programming will continue. Shall we get started? Are we ready? So, what are we covering today? This is not a huge ass podcast. This is just me after getting the visuals of the reboot. Not one, but two reboots that a certain Mr. Skarsgård's going to be in 2024. Hadn't he done enough? Well, the elephant in the room is that Bill Skarsgård is not only he has destroyed Pennywise for not just me personally, but for many others, by making Pennywise a comedy and not scary and creepy and the stuff of nightmares. We're going to see him as the infamous cult classic for all goths and alternative people alike. Amazing soundtrack, really dark, gritty movie, The Crow. They have tried to make sequels and reboot this before with so many god awful actors. They might be good at their job, at other things that they do, but definitely remaking The Crow. They have very big shoes to fill. I don't. I think the movie having the sequel, even City of Angels, was nowhere near as bad as some of the other sequels that they do. I've seen the pictures now of Bill Skarsgård now. I actually like Bill Skarsgård. The whole family are so fucking talented. They're really a really talented thespian family, and I just can't believe that he is doing this movie. I think a lot of again, I was born in the 80s, but this film was brought out in the 90s. By the time I got to like a teenager, it was still like big controversy over obviously what happened to Brandon Lee and the making of this movie that took his life and took him away from his family and his loved ones. And now we have it's awful. He looks closer to a villain rather than Eric Draven, who is like the savior. He's here to save Hell's Kitchen, basically, and he saved the people from the villains of the story. They, first of all, no long hair. The makeup is similar to the Joker more than anything else. It's not really similar to the Crow that we all know and love. Shirtless with tattoos and things like that. Big stupid David Blaine looking fucking eye in the middle of his chest, like the all-seeing eye. And people are tagging the song Bum, which was in The Crow. When he puts his makeup on for the first time after he basically he's been resurrected and he comes back to life, The Cure Bum is playing when he puts his makeup on, showing you that intensity of Brandon putting his makeup on, coming to avenge his love, everything that was taken away from him. And I just can't see Bill Skarsgård hitting the same way as Brandon Lee did. I'm not the only person who feels this way, and people like reboots. I don't fucking know why, but I'm really disappointed because he's not only going to be ruining The Crow, he's going to be ruining Nosferatu as well this year. He is playing the main character in Nosferatu, and I keep pausing because I just can't believe that he's ruined Pennywise, and now he's coming. Now he's going to do it with The Crow as well. And if it's anything like the Lost Boys when they remade that and people were covering the fucking songs as well, it was fucking it was emo and scene kid like. It was fucking terrible, disastrous. I'm going off on a tangent about it because again, it's one of those movies that they have tried to remake, reboot, and tried to make someone the new Brandon Lee, the new Eric Draven. I'm sorry, you're failing to understand. No one fucking wants it. Now fucking back the fuck away, get the fuck out, and just fucking make something else. Make something else, please. Just stop putting Bill Skarsgård. Bill, if you're fucking listening ever in your life, do not fucking reboot classics, especially cult alternative classics. Please stop. We've already ruined Pennywise, made it into a comedy. I cannot look at Pennywise in the same way ever again. And you're going to do the same with Eric Draven. And Eric Draven, for goth girls and goth boys alike, is a huge icon. A huge icon. Because being different and being accepted and things like that, it's not going to have the same fucking feel, and you're going to have people that are going to be like, oh, have you seen The Crow? It's awesome. And it's just like, yeah, the original one, not this fucking stupid. Oh, this is turning out like my last rant about it. But in your honest opinion, do you think Bill Skarsgård, when you line up the pictures of Brandon Lee and Bill Skarsgård, who's your Crow? Are you team Bill Skarsgård or are you team fucking Brandon Lee like everybody else? Wake the fuck up, people. Wake the fuck up. Are they going to do a different take, closer to the original? Is it going to be... Is it everything that a alternative bodied person to voice their disgust in this? Seeing the pictures, he looks closer to the villain in the original than Eric Draven himself. Step away from the universe now, people. How many times have you made sequels? How many times have you unsuccessfully... how many times have you successfully ruined and tarnished the Crow universe? Fucking too many. You think you'd fucking learn from the other times when you try to put Edward Furlong as a fucking Crow? Are you fucking mental? This is just as mental. The only person I think when they made the pictures of where they were like doing mock-ups was when they did Jason Momoa's face on Brandon Lee's face. I think with the way Jason Momoa looks, his aesthetic, he is he has a resemblance to Brandon Lee. And when they put the makeup on him and they like kind of did the mock-up picture, I felt that even though I didn't want Jason to play him, I think Jason would be able to play him because Jason's like not only is an actor, he plays bass, he's a musician, and he could totally play that. It's kind of it. They had someone perfect. They could have went for Jason. Jason would have been amazing at it. Like everything that he seems to do, he just seems to put his heart into everything, and I really don't see Bill Skarsgård doing it. It's a shame because Bill Skarsgård was amazing in John Wick. He's such an amazing actor, but I just don't like the fact that he wants to be the king of fucking reboots. He really needs to really look at the stuff that he's done, and you're not going to make everybody happy. I get that, and the internet is there for everybody to voice their own opinions, but I am not the only person who, when they heard the news of this being rebooted, it was like, oh, for fuck's sake. So, Jason Momoa, he has a bouncy, playful energy that he brings to his roles. And even though he can be incredibly dark, he he's done so many, a spectrum of different roles in his career. And people can remember him from like Khal Drogo and Game of Thrones, whereas I remember him from Stargate. So, and he was in Baywatch, for crying out loud. He's done loads of things, and he's even done like a kid family friendly movie. He was in Aquaman. He was part of the Justice League for this generation, and I really felt that he would have done not only the character Eric Draven justice, but also Brandon Lee. And I think it would be easier for the fans of the original movie to come to terms with the fact that they've moved on and they've picked someone else. But hey, when does that ever go the fans' way? Never. Just whatever the fuck people think that they're, because Bill Skarsgård is obviously the flavour of this time, the flavour of the month, flavour of the year, whatever. The guy he's got so many amazing strengths, Bill Skarsgård, and he's kind of slacking off, in my opinion. He's kind of letting himself go there. The originality of the cult classic would have been great for Jason, but definitely not Bill. And now I have to deal with not one but two reboots that he is in this year. In the horror genre, Nosferatu. When I seen the pictures, I was just shaking my head like I'm doing right now. And then like the pictures I've seen of Eric Draven, I'm still in shock when I've seen it. I think it was one of those things that I knew it was coming out, but I really just had put it so far in the back of my brain that I forgot because I didn't want to come to terms with the fact that they were remaking a classic like that. So, what do you think of the portrayal of Eric Draven in the reboot of The Crow? I think I've already covered that. If you would like to answer any of the questions on any of the podcasts, as you know, comments below, especially on YouTube, or if you want to go on Instagram, you can deal with it is there too. Do you think I'm being harsh on Bill or hard on him because he's just an actor taking a job? And do you think I should wait and view the movie, then judge? You know fine well that's not going to happen. I've already made my judgment here, went all serious about it. Or are you like me, not happy with the constant reboots of movies that we grew up on? Because it's not going to become a cult classic, I can fucking assure you. Let us know what your reaction was when you heard the news this week and saw the pictures, the visuals for the first time showing us what Eric Draven for 2024 is going to look like and ruin what I was all good in the Crow universe. Remember, if you like content like this, you can go check out the Confessions from the Darkside social media platforms, which is Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Amazon Music, Spotify, and let us know what you think of on our social medias, and let's get chatting about all the topics, including this rant, and let's grow our community and spread how awesome the horror community actually is. If you want to know us, get to know us as individuals, and you can check out my YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, Kick, sorry, and that's for Behind the Mash Reviews. And Lunar has a YouTube, Twitch, and Instagram. If you want to reach out to us via email, if you want to, again, you can randomly talk about movies, send us things send us what movies that you think should be remade, or what movies that you hate, or what actors we're not liking right now, or any sort of rumblings about new movies or new projects that you have heard and you want to discuss, you can send that to us. It's confessionsfromthedarkside at Gmail for the both of us. Darcy is, which is myself, behind the mash reviews at gmail.com, and lunarxrising at gmail.com. Thank you for being here while I rant about The Crow. As you know, huge fan of the whole movie, the whole universe and everything. I'm not the only person that's going to be pissed off. Some people are happy about it. I want to know what drugs they're taking because I'm going to stay the fuck away from them. And that's me. This is Darcy Darkness. This was my rant, Confessions from the Cranky Side, and I will see you in the next podcast. It was great chatting with you today, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.